For the first time since the 1979 revolution, an IRGC headquarters has been captured. Multiple intelligence sources are issuing urgent warnings today that war appears imminent. A breaking Reuters report indicates a U.S. military strike against Iran could occur in the coming 24 hours. This is why Iran has entered a state of war, with the country now effectively operating under martial law. Should war break out, it will unfold across multiple fronts. So, let's begin with this IRGC headquarters development. According to the Kurdish militant group PKK, they successfully destroyed an IRGC headquarters located in Kermanshah, and the Iranian regime has responded by deploying tens of thousands of Iranian armed forces in retaliation. Their statement continues by explaining this operation served as revenge for their fallen comrades. Should this report be verified, it would signal a major turning point in the revolution. It would indicate this has evolved beyond mere protest. This represents an armed resistance gaining territorial control. It would also signify that since the 1979 revolution, an IRGC headquarters has fallen for the first time. The significance of this cannot be overstated because the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, serves as the regime's elite force created specifically to defend the theocracy against both internal and external threats. They aren't conventional military. Their purpose is protecting the Islamic regime, not Iran itself. Notice how the IRGC doesn't even include Iran in its name. So, who exactly is mounting this resistance? Well, the Kurds represent an ethnic minority population of approximately 10 million located in Iran's western provinces, culturally and linguistically distinct from Persians with a long-standing history of resisting Tehran. Organizations such as PJKA and KDPI have pursued autonomy for decades, frequently operating from Iraqi Kurdistan bases. The regime has violently crushed Kurdish uprisings in the past, but never during a period of nationwide demonstrations, economic meltdown, and diminished military strength following Israeli strikes that compromised their capabilities. Armed factions capturing regime military facilities represents an entirely different phase compared to street demonstrations that dramatically escalates the potential for broader civil conflict. Regime change becomes far messier once situations escalate to this level. Now, as if this development wasn't already startling enough, we had an Israeli journalist share a compelling report that probably shouldn't have been disclosed publicly. Have a look. Journalist Tamir Murad claims foreign actors are supplying protesters in Iran with live firearms, accounting for why hundreds of regime personnel have been killed. Everyone's welcome to speculate about who's responsible for this. Now, naturally, you can share your guesses in the comments section below, but guess who's already provided their answer? Well, the Iranian regime itself. Here's Iran's foreign minister discussing who's behind these weapons the protesters are using. Israel has consistently attempted to pull the United States into fighting its wars, but surprisingly, this time they're being quite explicit about it. Now, I should mention it's not Israel making this claim, simply one journalist. Okay, we're uncertain how accurate this is. Just an important clarification. With bloodshed in our streets, Israel is openly boasting about arming protesters with live ammunition, and this accounts for hundreds of casualties. President Trump needs to know precisely where to go to end the violence. Now, I want to make several things clear. These demonstrations began organically. The Iranian population protested their government because officials prioritized keeping elites wealthy rather than supporting the middle class. That's the origin of this entire situation. It began as an economic protest that escalated into something far more significant. That's because Iranians have been demonstrating against the Islamic regime for decades. They protested in '91, again in 2009, then 2019, then 2021, then 2022, and I'm certain I'm overlooking some demonstrations. It's challenging to track because there have been so many, and each time the regime suppressed the protesters, but people haven't forgotten their government's actions and the original reasons for protesting, and all those complaints persist. People continue harboring those grievances, and that's why we witnessed an economic protest evolve into a revolution. So I believe it's crucial everyone remembers this because I've observed what occurs. There's a people-initiated revolution, and if they prevail 5 years, 10 years later, we have people claiming it was a CIA coup. That's precisely what occurred in Ukraine with the Maidan revolution. Ukrainians were dissatisfied with their corrupt government. They toppled the government, and now Putin blames that revolution on the CIA and employs circumstantial evidence to claim this justifies his country invasion. I'm confident 10 years from now someone will do the same and reference this tweet. But it's crucial to recognize this tweet originates from just one journalist. And naturally, that's not suggesting Mossad isn't active in Iran. I'm confident they're assisting the protesters. I'm confident the United States is supporting the protesters. But it's vital to remember the protests originated because the government failed its citizens. They didn't begin because Mossad or the CIA is funding millions of people. That's simply not realistic. And guess who else shares this perspective? The Iranian president himself. He recently released a statement acknowledging the Iranian government bears responsibility for everything happening. Have a listen. So apparently some clips we're presenting are proving too much for YouTube because yesterday they demonetized and restricted one of our videos. The unfortunate aspect of demonetization is YouTube then stops showing the videos to our entire audience, and that means you don't discover when we cover breaking news. So if you could please take a moment and click the subscribe button below, it genuinely helps us with the algorithm. Now let's examine this clip. We can accomplish these things. The people are unhappy. We bear the blame. You bear the blame. Don't search for America. Don't go seeking anyone else. It's us who must serve, ensuring they remain content with us. It's us who must manage our resources properly. It's us who must discover a path and resolve the problem. It's us who must work hard and find solutions for these issues. Standing there demanding, "Sir, provide funds for us to spend." We've become expenditure managers. We didn't become managers of income, quality, efficiency, and productivity. We simply spent. Now I used to mention 3 times, but we're consuming electricity 6 times beyond Europe proportionally in numbers and statistics. Do they possess money while we don't? And then we claim our people are starving. Well, we managed poorly. Despite all this, regime forces appear to have continued suppressing protesters. In leaked footage, we observe forces storming a hospital with weapons. They deployed tear gas throughout the facility, broke down the doors, and then removed protesters receiving treatment for injuries. Everyone attempting to stop the forces was beaten with batons, and they even discharged shotguns inside one of Tehran's major hospitals. Here's that leaked footage. Have a look. Easy. This appears to be precisely why US strikes against Iran seem imminent. And that's not my assessment. That's from Reuters obtaining this information. A European official tells Reuters, and I quote, "All indicators suggest a US attack is imminent, but that reflects how this administration operates to keep everyone guessing. Unpredictability forms part of the strategy." End quote. Then we have 2 additional European officials informing Reuters that US military intervention could happen within the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, an Israeli official also indicated that Trump has already decided to intervene, though the extent and the timing remain undetermined. This report also aligns with some activity we're already observing at US Middle Eastern bases. Have a listen. Go. Meanwhile, we've got breaking news. You see this map displayed? That shows where the United States maintains military bases throughout the Middle East. Now, we can confirm the US is removing some personnel from major bases across the Middle East due to elevated regional tensions. And you examine some of this in Qatar. That's the Al Udeid Air Base. You've got approximately 8 to 10,000 US service members. That's among the larger bases. You've got another army base in Kuwait that's been operational for a considerable time now, several years, possibly decades. So the withdrawal scale we don't know and why remains the ultimate question regarding whether we're facing some form of military action potentially in Iran. And to compound matters, Iranian state TV now appears to be threatening President Trump's assassination again. They just displayed Trump's picture right after the Pennsylvania assassination attempt. But that wasn't the concerning part. Below the picture, you can see Persian text stating, "The next shot won't miss." I have a sense this won't unfold how Iranian officials anticipated, but only time will reveal. So, be certain to click the subscribe button below. My channel name is Combat Reality, and I'll see you in the next video.